This video is sponsored by Incogni. We're gonna find out exactly what happened to the 10 most popular members of Team 10, and we're gonna start off by talking about the Martinez Twins, who had one of the more wholesome endings despite being bullied by the team. They were one of the most disrespected members, as Jake used to abuse him constantly, with one of his favorite pranks to do on them was to wake them up in the mornings.
Good morning, Martinez. I got you. Wake up.
The abuse was so bad that just 6 months later, on November 11th, 2017, they posted a video announcing that they were quitting Team 10.
Okay, Jake. So, we used to love you, Jake, and we used to love Team 10, but not anymore. Like, I went there, I went to sleep. I didn't know how I was about to wake up because you're a bully.
After they left, they continued posting videos on YouTube and TikTok, getting millions of views. However, their last TikTok post was in 2021, and their last YouTube video was in May of 2020. It seems as though the Martinez twins had completely disappeared off the face of the internet, but in 2024, they resurfaced again in a new Instagram page posting about gym, lifestyle, and fitness. And it seemed like the Martinez twins had finally moved on from the trauma of Team 10, and were in a much better place now. But unlike the Martinez twins, who were bullied out of Team 10 by Jake, the next person on our list decided to leave voluntarily and follow her passions. Erika Costell was one of the original Team 10 members, infamous for a very intimate relationship with Jake Paul. The relationship received millions of views and was very popular with their audience. They even got quote-unquote married alongside two other ex-Team 10 members, Chance and Tessa, in Vegas. However, she left the group in 2018 after their breakup to pursue her own career outside of the shadow of Jake Paul and Team 10. And she continued posting on YouTube, gaining 4 million subscribers, and still uploads on TikTok regularly, and she'd also started modeling in Miami Swim Week in 2021. In addition to that, she founded her own skincare brand and also her own sportswear brand, and has started a record label company named Bia Entertainment. And it seems like Erika is thriving and getting a chance to explore her interests and passions since leaving Jake Paul's little cult. But where Erika's company seemed to be booming, the same can't be said for Nick Crompton's business ventures. Nick Crompton was one of the most well-known members in Team 10 and was the COO of the company. Nick actually featured in the music video It's Everyday Bro, and one of the highlights in that song was his verse. England is my city, and if it weren't for Team 10. However, Nick left Team 10 in May 2018, but his time in the team wasn't without controversy, as he was once outed for bribing people to join Team 10 in exchange for sexual favors, with some of his messages reading, "Wow, you look hot as here, can I suck your dick yet?" And another which reads, "So I suppose what I'm saying is we can do business while I suck your dick." But despite leaving Team 10 in 2018, he still has over 1.4 million followers on Instagram. In some of his more recent posts, he seems to have lost some weight and looks much healthier than when he was in Team 10. After Team 10, despite already being outed as a perv, Nick actually became the vice president and artist strategist for the Universal Music Group for 5 years, and currently he owns and runs a marketing agency called 636, where he manages and develops music artists. However, it seems like he has only signed up one artist over the years. With no updates, it's left everyone wondering just how his business is really doing. But while Nick took a step back from the spotlight, the next Team 10 members decided to double down on internet fame instead. Lucas and Marcus Dobre, aka the Dobre twins, were one of the most popular members of the group, but despite this, they were only in Team 10 for a couple of months before leaving. They later posted on their YouTube channel revealing the real reason behind their early leave.
Why we are not in LA is because we missed our family and we want to be closer to them. So basically, Lucas and I were homesick, a lot.
However, leaving Team 10 didn't hurt their growth on social media, as they currently have almost 100 million followers across their 3 YouTube channels and TikTok, and as of 2025, the Dobre twins have been leaning more towards the horror genre with their content on their main channels, and even the showcasing of different sports cars on their Dobre Cars channel, while doing fun challenges together on their TikTok page, where they consistently get hundreds of millions of views on their main channel, and their fanbase seems to only be growing with time. They also decided to venture into music and released multiple music videos which have received millions of views. They've been controversy-free the whole time, and their wholesome family-friendly image has helped them stay relevant and grow their audience. While the Dobre twins became huge social media stars, Tristan Tales took an entirely different route following his exit from Team 10. But before we talk about Tristan, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Incogni. You see, the problem with being online is that your data is always at risk to data breaches. If you've ever wondered how spammers get your email, phone number, or other personal information, the reason why is because there's an entire market out there where your information is bought and sold. And this market puts you at risk of so many problems, including the risk of identity theft, scams, and stalking. But this is how Incogni puts an end to these problems. Incogni reaches out to data brokers on your behalf and requests personal data removal. If any of these data brokers push back, Incogni will continue to push them to delete all your data from these lists. The whole process is automated and you get access to this dashboard which will update you on the progress. With the family and friends plan, you can add up to 4 members to your subscription, meaning they benefit from the same exact service you do. So take your personal data back with Incogni. Go to incogni.com/RyanPictures to get 60% off your annual plan, or click the link below. Best of all, Incogni is risk-free for 30 days, meaning you can get a full refund if you aren't happy with the service. Now back to the video. Tristan left Team 10 in 2018.
I can tell by the way it's looking at me, it's going to spit some angry diss track venom at me.
And despite many others' departure being very controversial, Tristan's exit was relatively low-key.
I'm going to be pushing the boundaries of storytelling. I'm still going to be bringing you tons of vlogs and everything you love about my channel. I wish nothing but the best for Team 10.
In his video, he explains how he wanted to focus on more independent ventures, such as building his social media and acting career. After leaving Team 10, he continued making videos for a while with Tessa Brooks, another ex-Team 10 member, before parting ways and following his own passions. Since 2018, Tristan has focused on Snapchat and TikTok to get more recognition and gained over 4 million followers, while also working with multiple huge brands such as Pepsi, Disney, and Sony. He has taken up acting and featured in several TV shows as well as movies, and has also launched Tales Vision, stating that he writes stories and makes mini TV shows now. He has also published his own book in 2023.
It's called The Curious Collection of Cautionary Tales, a dark and whimsical collection of rhyming short stories.
It seems like leaving Team 10 has helped Tristan chase his dream of making great stories, and he's currently working on many more shows for his audience. While it seems like Tristan and most other Team 10 members remained in the entertainment industry after leaving, that was actually not the case for Chance and Anthony, as one of them actually ended up working a regular job. Chance and Anthony were best friends, who rose to fame after joining Jake Paul's circus in 2017. However, they lasted less than a year in this madhouse, and the duo separated when Chance left the team in May 2018, while Anthony remained. Chance took over their YouTube channel, while Anthony started his own channel soon afterwards. But Anthony also ended up quitting later on, and both their channels were abandoned. Anthony made an appearance again in March of 2019 as a guest in a cooking video, where he talked about his real feelings about Chance and Team 10.
Team 10's my family, bro. Like, Team 10 grew me into like what I am today.
Do you still talk to Chance?
I do talk to Chance. Our friendship did hurt a lot from what happened, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna be like, you know,
Still have a
petty
long
about it.
history.
We have a huge like history together.
Although they remain friends, the fan favorite duo never made a comeback again, each busy focusing on their own lives. Chance appeared in a video by Tessa Brooks on October 9, 2020 to talk about their relationship while being in Team 10 together.
Does Jake Paul live here? Team 10?
And then like we tried to get away, like we went to Ohio kind of to get away from everybody.
That was lit. I actually really enjoyed that trip.
But has gone off the online spotlight since then, with his last Instagram post being in October of 2022. And as for Anthony, he maintained an online presence, mainly uploading content on YouTube and streaming video games on Twitch. However, like Chance, he gradually reduced the frequency of his uploads. And according to his Instagram bio, Anthony has turned over a new leaf and is now working as a firefighter, making an honest living and possibly never returning to the content creator space again. While Chance and Anthony didn't really benefit much in their careers from Team 10, on the other end of the spectrum is Tessa Brooks, who used Team 10 as a stepping stone for her successful career. Tessa was one of the original members of Team 10, known for dating Chance and getting quote-unquote married.
Yo, we just got married!
But once she left the group in early 2018, she also split with Chance.
It kind of ended badly. honestly.
It did.
It didn't end how I wanted it to end. Like,
However, soon afterwards, Tessa started vlogging on YouTube and gained over 3 million subscribers, but is mainly active on Instagram with 22 million followers, where she's doing multiple fashion brand deals with big companies like Hugo Boss and Louis Vuitton. And she has over 5 million followers on TikTok, where she posts often and seems quite happy and healthy with her partner. While Tessa seems like she's relaxing and taking life easy, Jake Paul, on the other hand, is still trying to create the best content for the internet. Jake Paul was a founder of Team 10, but as members kept coming and going and Team 10 kept falling apart, Jake had to eventually put an end to it.
I had to realize is not everyone had the same vision that I did with Team 10. A lot of them are happy with doing those ads and just being a regular person versus like content every day. Let's grind. Let's make this a $100-200 million company. A lot of people can't hang with that.
He officially disbanded the team and shut down the company in early 2020, after which Jake continued growing his YouTube channel to over 20 million subscribers. And after the end of Team 10, Jake focused more on his professional boxing career, fighting many legends and even beating none other than Mike Tyson.
Through 2 rounds, Jake Paul 12 of 53, 23%. Tyson coming out aggressively.
This decision, Jake El Gallo.
His YouTube content is now mainly focused on his boxing career, but that doesn't mean that his content creation days are behind him now. In fact, he and his brother Logan just released a trailer of their own reality TV show on HBO Max called Paul American.
Shut the fuck. This is America.
When it comes to the business aspect of Jake Paul's life, he's launched a company called Better, which is a sports media and betting platform diving into the business of sports gambling. Jake has also recently released a personal care brand called Worthy, also known as W.
W is vitamin infused, less aluminum, no parabens. I like fresh ice with that.
Jake Paul recruited AJ Mitchell into Team 10 due to how well he was doing on social media at the time, and also how well his music career was doing at the time. However, AJ Mitchell's time in Team 10 was short-lived, as he left in the same year to develop his music career. But luckily for AJ, his music career began to seriously take off after he left Team 10, dropping songs like Used to Be, Slow Dance, and All My Friends. He's had 4 of his songs reach the top 40 in the US, and he gets over 1.5 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He also has a combined follower count of over 4 million across social media, and at only 23 years old, it's safe to say AJ Mitchell leaving Team 10 as early as he did was the best decision of his career, and he's constantly pumping out new bangers and dominating the music space with his talent. AJ has been living his dream as a musician, but the final person on our list shows that it's never too late to turn your life around, even without being active online. Alissa Violet was one of the core members of Team 10 and was Jake Paul's girlfriend for a good portion of her time on the team. However, it turned out that underneath this cute relationship was something much darker when Alissa posted a Snapchat story on the 21st of February 2017.
Jake's kicking me out. He didn't want to wait for me to get my apartment, which I'm getting in a couple days, so he threw all my stuff downstairs and put a lock on the door. He's been treating me like absolute shit for a while, so I'm pretty excited to leave.
Things got messy when Jake's side of the story came out, revealing that Alissa had cheated on him, and she cheated on me with someone that was very close to me, which is why it hurt so bad.
And like I can't stand to like see her face anymore just because like she's hurt my feelings and stuff like that. I'm guessing she's gonna like make up a ton of stuff, predicting it before it happens. She says she's gonna like try and ruin my life.
Alissa countered that by saying that Jake was the one who had been cheating on her all along.
He'd play all these mind games with me and just be like, yo, like don't get mad, having a girl over. And he did that like 25,000 times. I would be like in our room, like I was a bitch all the time. Obviously, I like didn't even want to talk to him. I came across as obviously. And like he knew exactly what he was doing to me.
And after their breakup and leaving Team 10, Alissa released a diss track on Jake by collaborating with Rice Gum and FaZe Banks on a song called It's Every Night Sis. However, Alissa's exit from Team 10 only gave her more exposure and made her more popular. She has over 3 million subscribers on YouTube now, but she took a break for 2 years and started posting again from May of 2024, talking about her life.
I took some time off because it just didn't feel authentic to me. I felt like I was a slave every day to all these apps I constantly have to update, like Instagram, post cool pics, Twitter, make funny tweets, like all across the board, every single thing, quote unquote cool my life was on all these apps, instead of like actually living my life.
She explained the reason behind her social media absence, and looks like she has really turned her life around now.
I dated a guy a couple years ago, end of 2020. He was 10 years older than me. We love that. More different than I was typically used to. All around, just an amazing fella.
She seems to have really changed from her Team 10 days and even found a great guy and has been touring many countries in Asia with her boyfriend. She even opened up about her health problems and how she's been working on herself.
Haven't smoked since July last year. It's been almost a year, so proud of myself with that. I recently went sober for 10 weeks. My anxiety's been so low, my skin started clearing up, and then after 10 weeks, it was my friend's engagement party, so I decided to have some champagne.
Earning her a well-deserved W for leveling up her life and moving past her Team 10 persona.